What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Nashville Predators GM mode. Today we're going to sim up to the All-Star game, the next roughly 20 games, and we'll see if we do anything at the trade deadline, though I highly doubt we will, because I already looked and there's not a whole lot to fuss over and on the trade block or as our options for trades outside of that, because the two players I found that I'd want to... Ooh, we got Mikko Koivu on waivers. I'm going to take on Mikko Koivu. He does have 2 years left on his deal, but it's a very affordable deal that could probably be moved if we absolutely needed to. And we'll actually put him in over Beck. We'll call up Koivu, and he can do that. I'm just going to leave that alone. And then we can probably get rid of Beck in the offseason as well, since I think we only signed him for another year. I would take Mikko Koivu as a healthy scratch. He's a pretty good player. He is slightly better than Yuri Sekech, ratings-wise, but I think he provides a more all-around game as opposed to Sekech. So we'll go to the United States for a month to scout those three prospects, since we have 2 first-round picks this year, by virtue of Columbus, I think. Yeah, Columbus. Mikko goes on Columbus. We're actually going to check where Columbus is in the standings whenever the sim decides it wants to stop. So, Columbus is actually in a playoff spot right now, so we're going to hope for a bad streak from them to get a lottery pick out of it. Although we've traded up each of the last 2 years, I might just take my depth picks this year later on in the draft. Actually, we don't have our own first round pick next year. Never mind. Or this year, because we gave it to Detroit in the trade to get Nold. So we have lost quite a few games in a row without Colin Wilson. So that's not good. How did Sekech do this time? I remember he had 2 goals in 6 games before. He had an assist in 3. Alright, so maybe he's not doing the greatest. We'll just put him in there. We might have played him a little bit too much, too. So, I don't know. You need to get back on a winning track here. We've lost a couple in a row. We've only scored 2 goals in this stretch. We've given up 6, which is not a good ratio for those of you that are bad at math. But we got a divisional game coming up here against Winnipeg. Alright, oh my god, he came right back and got injured. This is only the last 2 games before the All-Star break, I think, though. So, if he broke his jaw, I don't think he'd be back in 2 weeks either. No, I guess it'd be more 3 weeks, but still. Loss right there, not good. And lost to New Jersey, also in regulation, not good either. Those 2 teams that were very beatable. Actually, I don't know about San Jose. They've been a pretty good team the last few years. But New Jersey has picked like #1 the last 3 years. So I feel like they're pretty beatable at this point. So I hope the sim's a little bit faster now that there's not really games, although there's still AHL games to be simmed. So we're at the All-Star break. Forsberg's at 20 goals. I expect a 30-goal season out of him at the very least. Hopefully more. That's okay. So Gaudreau, Sagan, Kane, Ben, Nugent Hopkins, Vanek, Scheifele, McKinnon, Couture, and Richie, Bennett, Andrew Biro. So how did Sam Bennett get? Oh, I was thinking, had him confused with Samuel Reinhart. I don't know how. Did we not have anyone make the All-Star game? Oh, we had Cody Franzen. We didn't have any forwards, though. We have Varlamov. Let's look at Varlamov's stats. We'll look at everyone's stats real quick, because I forgot what some of them were. And they're probably not very good after that little streak we went on. Right there. Kucherov point per game, Forsberg's 43. Duchesne has only 36, so he needs to pick it up a little bit, I think. Wilson, Franzen's doing okay. Weber's right there, too. Tyler Johnson's only got 29. He's slowed down. I think he only has like 2 points since we started the sim back up. Craig Smith's having a little bit of a slow year for his standards. He's probably not going to get to this 34-point mark he got to last year, and if he does, it'll probably be only that. Definitely not going to be this fucking 53-point season that he had. Sorry, I just I just let that slip out. I did not even think before I said that. Seth Jones is on a pretty decent pace. He's going to have a season like he's had the last 2 years. Back is, he's just there for physicality, and his plus minus is 6, so that's pretty good. Yossi's a little bit slow this year. Watson, he's going to get 20 points probably. Maybe not even. Might be time to trade Austin Watson. He has a high overall, but it just seems like he never does anything, even though he's got 4-star shooting. Although he could take on like a back his role next year. I don't know, where he's on like the penalty kill and shit. Oh, I wanted to check Varlamov's stats. We can probably do that from the bottom right there, though. A lot of interesting questions in free agency this year. Well, I guess the off season wouldn't be free agency because we don't want people to hit free agency. Come on, stop! Oh my God, this is gonna hopefully stop before this next game so that his stats aren't out of pace with everyone else. All right. So he's second in goals against. How the hell, Henrik Lundqvist? Holy shit. So Varlamov's third in save percentage, second in goals against. I don't think he can catch Lundqvist as the Vezina candidate, though. How is this Brassard guy got 23? Where's he at? 242,919. He's probably not even very high overall. I'm going to be mad about this probably, but I'm going to check it anyway because I love to torture myself with how stupid this game is sometimes and how much it frustrates me. It's going to take 5 years to load the stats. This guy's going to be guaranteed 84 or lower overall. And if it's not 84, it's going to be really close. I went the wrong way. Yeah, Brassard, 84 overall, 3.5 stars. You know what? I guess it happened with Hammond this year, though. His save percentage is not even that good. He only has 2 shutouts. It's not that great of a season. It's just he has a lot of wins because Ottawa's probably a really good team. We'll check the standings. Yeah, they're the top team in the entire league, and Chicago actually passed us, so we have been on a really bad stretch lately. Losing to Chicago twice probably hasn't helped our situation out any, though. Alright, David Backes is out until April. Holy. Alright, we'll just replace the player for now with Mikko Koivu. Fedor Tutin, David Clarkson. I don't want either of those players. Oh, fuck, I didn't want to do that. As long as I didn't claim him, though, I guess it's fine. Clarkson, no. So we will stop the sim. Alright. Might be time to call up Konechny. It's gonna happen. And we'll let Austin Watson take over all the defensive roles. So Konechny will call up. Now I could have probably put in Koivu, but he's already in since Colin Wilson's out, so that didn't even matter. So we'll put in Konechny for Yuri Sekech, and we'll fix all these other lines. I'd rather have Konechny on the power play than Koivu. 4-man power play is not necessary. Why is Kucherov with Duchesne? I want Kucherov and Forsberg, or Kucherov to be with Tyler Johnson. Penalty kill. Koivu is fine for now. I'm gonna put Austin Watson there, and I'm gonna put him here as well, because he has good defensive stats, and I don't think we're using him in that respect properly. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. So Backes is out for a good bit. We're just gonna rely on someone else to step up. We do lose a lot of physicality, but maybe we can pick up the offense a little bit with Konechny in the lineup. And we won 3-2 immediately, and Colin Wilson's back. So put him in there. And we'll put him back here. Colin Wilson, yeah, there we go. And we can scratch Mikko Koivu, who I don't want to see what he did. And we're not going to get to the end of the season. We only had 2 points in 11 games. He's pretty decent defensively, though, although his plus-minus wasn't very good. Brad Marchand is apparently on the Calgary Flames. Interesting pickup for them. And we won 6-2. Alright, big game coming up against Chicago. Let's see how they're doing in the standings. We might not win the division this year. I'm completely fine with that at this point. Actually, they have the same record as us, so if we can win this one, it will give us the inside track pretty much to the division. Alright, we won 5-0 too. Big win right there. So we hit 30 wins already. We're facing the Wild now, who we picked Mikko Koivu up off waivers from. Wayne Simmons is not worth a first-round pick. Michael Raffle might be worth a second if we needed him, but I'm not going to take that trade. Not worth it overall. Minnesota's also putting up a fight in the division as well, but they have a few wins back and another shutout for Varlamov that time, I believe. He had that shutout. So Forsberg's going to hit 30 goals here by the end of the season, definitely, but might get through the... We're going to get at least up to the trade deadline in this episode. I don't know about past it. We might look into trades again. If Konechny is not doing... If Konechny's doing really good, I'm not going to replace him, obviously, but if he's kind of slow, not doing so great, we'll send him back down to the AHL or just scratch him. 6-4 win, nice. All right. I think we were scouting the dub for like ever, so we'll go back again and do it more. Milk it for all it's worth. San Jose's not having a good season. It looks like Varlamov's save percentage. Oh no, Raskus just jumped him. Okay, so it hasn't really gone down, and his goals against is still really good. If Lundqvist continues to kind of fall the way he has, Varlamov definitely will win the Vezina. He probably might anyway, just because of wins. If wins factor into it, he'll win it. But I don't know how much they actually factor into it, so not sure. And we're at the top of the division. We actually have a good bit of distance between us and second. Ottawa is in first in the entire league by a good bit, so not gonna worry about that for the time being. We'll go up to the trade deadline, and depending on how much time we have left, I will probably do the actual trade deadline in this video. No, I'll do a little scouting off cam because like I just said, if that's a good record for Edmonton, won 6-1, nice. If we've had a lot of good games lately that we played. If Konechny's not doing a lot on that second line, we will look into we lost right there. Cody Franzen's out for a week or 10 days, it looks like. If Konechny's not doing anything, if he's like 5 points in 15 games, then we're obviously not going to do anything in that regard. I also haven't checked team stats since the last episode. Tyler Sagan's on the Devils? What the hell? That's crazy. We lost 4-2. Alright, get back on track here against the Lightning. We lost a couple in a row, but it's not like it's the end of anything that's going to end the season. Cody Franzen will be back soon. Probably be a good idea to put forward in his spots. Well, we fucking lost to the Lightning. Alright, if we lose against the Blues, I'm going to stop the sim. Because that'll be like a 4-game losing streak. We just got to get back on track here. We won't be like the real-life Nashville Predators who just go on losing streaks for no reason. Alright, 5-3 win. Get back on track a little bit. That's good to see. 35 wins on the season, only 24 losses. Not a super great record, but not like an elite record. Good record, but not, well, a great record, but not like an elite team record. We haven't really had one of those, to be fair, though, either. I want to get up to 52 wins, which would be the highest in this franchise, and also what the person at the beginning of the year asked for. So, if that, well, we can't lose in regulation for that to happen, so. Lundqvist keeps, actually he wasn't fourth, but he's actually top in goals against now, so he might win the Vezina. He's second in wins, though, so looks like Ramo got a win somewhere in there. And we've fallen back behind Chicago, so Chicago must have just won a shit ton of games in a row. We are definitely way, way behind in the President's Trophy race, but the division is still within our reach. So we'll send these next couple games. We got Toronto, and then we got a back-to-back on the road against Toronto and Detroit. So if we can win 2 of these games, that'll be good. Hopefully we win the one at home against, it's a Stanley Cup rematch. Okay, we did not win that one, definitely. Definitely not a win when you lose 6-2. Michael Bourneval, only 3 green stars. Not worth. Alright, hopefully we can win this one, though. League's top team. Stanley Cup. Wow, that was an awful stretch. Come on, that's ridiculous. Should have been able to beat them at least once. And, okay, we bounced back with a 5-0 win against Detroit. Bertuzzo is maxed out at this point. Kyle Quincy for a second, no thank you. I already have enough defensemen who are out of the roles they should be in. I think Kyle Quincy's a top 4 in this game. So we didn't end on exactly the greatest stretch. We're probably not going to get to 52 wins this season unless our team stops playing like ass. And we've gone like 2-6 in the last 8 games, so it's probably not going to happen. But I'm definitely going to look at the trade deadline, see if we can acquire anything. We're going to look at all the stats first, though. So team standings, we're 7th. Point percentage, we're 8th, so we're bound to fall about a little bit. We're only 19th in goals for. That's weird. But we're the top goals against. It's under 2.5, which seems to be the norm at this point. We're top 10 power play and 16th penalty kill, so we've definitely fallen off. We've gone 4-6 in our last 10, and in our last, we won that one. There was a point where we were 1-6 in our last 7 games, so bad stretch of the season, but hopefully we can get back to a good stretch of the season. It looks like it's going to be Varlamov and Lundqvist up there. Everything else is kind of flexible. A good hot streak could really put him back up at the top, and a cold streak by any of those goalies will also give him a little bit of a boost. So it's going to be kind of a short sim episode because we only got 20 games in, but it's taken a long time to get that done. So Kucherov's kept his pace. Duchesne's really fucking doing nothing. And he's been like the biggest dud of a trade like ever. Because he had one good season with us. He had last year 75 points, but he might get to like 60, but that's his cap. And he had 91 points the year before we got him. So I don't know. Might just not be a good fit for this team. Tyler Johnson with 46 points. He's moved into 3rd on the team, so he's had a hot streak for a little bit there. That's close to his rookie season number, so I'm pretty happy with that. Colin Wilson with 43 points in 56 games. Solid season from him. Cody Franzen 40 points. Shea Weber 40 points. Yossi with 27 and 50. Good pace. Jones is going to have another 35 to 40 point season from the looks of it. Craig Smith's going to have another 30-point season. Back is, again, doing literally, like, he's just there for defensive purposes, really. Andrew Shaw with 15. Watson with 13 in 59 games. Sissons with 11. Chapman 7. Downey 7. Richards 6. Edmondson 5. Konechny only has 4. 3 of which are goals. So he's a +9, but I just think he's not ready. So we are going to send him down. Send him down to the AHL if he can still go down there. Which I don't know if he's waiver eligible at this point. He might have played too many games. No, he can still go down. So that's fine. You know, we tried it out. It didn't work out the way we had hoped, but we're just gonna plug in someone. We didn't give him power play time, to be fair, either, though. So we'll just put Migo Koivu in there for now. He's not gonna stay in there, don't worry. But move Salamaki up instead of Beck and fix all that. So Nold up there, who's up to a 76 now, and everyone's progressing pretty nicely from the looks of it. So we're gonna look to get a second line player. I don't know what we're gonna deal to get it. Probably going to have to be someone like Austin Watson or Andrew Shaw. So I'm going to stop this recording. I'm going to go look, and then next episode we'll see what I decided to do. So thanks for watching, everyone. See ya.